Hi guys, it's Andy from mcfcfantv and welcome to this post-match review of the Swansea FA Cup game against Manchester City. Obviously tonight we've won 3-1, but we've got about an hour and we've got some guests on, so I'm going to bring them in one by one. First one is Kurt. How are you, mate? How are you doing? You okay?
Oh, I'm doing well, mate. Another nice win. Job done. Got it wrapped up nice and early and marching on.
Absolutely. Here he comes. He's here. Chris, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you, Andy. Good evening to be a City fan.
And we've got a big birthday girl on today. She's 30, so everybody... Well, I shouldn't say 30. I shouldn't give an age out. Here she is. It's Yannicka. How are you, Yannicka? And I'm very happy.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks.
Have you had a good day?
Yeah, City tend to win on my birthday, which is really good. So, this is, I think, the 4th time now they've won on my birthday.
Yeah?
Out of 4, yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, instead of the lucky blue glass, we should have you on the channel, shouldn't we? If every time you win on your birthday, we'll have to remember that one. But anyway, tonight, FA Cup, City beat Swansea 3-1, and we broke a new record for 15 successive domestic wins, which is just another one to add to everything else that we've done. 40 goals in that 15 games, 40 goals and only 5 conceded. So I'm going to just very quickly come to each of you and just, if you can give me a very quick 1-minute generic overview of tonight's performance, and then we'll go into sort of the goals and everything else. So Kurt, you first, mate.
Well, I thought in the first half we started really well, considering there was a lot of changes to the lineup. I think the fluidity of the play was quite good. I was really impressed with the energy levels of the players. I thought the first half was really good. Had it wrapped up by midway through the second half, got the key boys off, and it felt like a very comfortable day to me. I didn't feel worried at all, and it was nice to see Swansea playing a decent bit of football, because they are a decent football inside. So it was nice that it wasn't just playing against 10 men.
Chris?
Yeah, a very professional job. Like you said at half-time, Andy, a couple of goals here at the start of the second half and get them all rested. And then as soon as you stop typing that, we got the goals. It all fell in just right, didn't it? And then we got some players rested and got some players who haven't been playing for a little while, like Ben Mendy, got some minutes and played decent, actually. So, yeah, I mean, you can't complain, can you? 15 on the bounce. A very comfortable night.
It's amazing. Yannicka, what were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, the same. I thought it was a comfortable win. When I saw the lineup, I thought obviously it's very strong going forward. Defensively, a little bit mismatched because obviously they don't play together every week. But I think they handled it quite well. Obviously, there was that one mistake where we conceded, but I think Gomez is only young and he gave the ball away. So it was nice to see him get some minutes because obviously we've not seen much of him at all. So yeah, he just looks tiny in that midfield. Like everyone just looks so big compared to him. So hopefully he can get more and more minutes, and then we'll see like a Foden kind of thing. But yeah, the good performance from us, and obviously we got the goals that we needed, and that Gabriel goal was beautiful.
Well, we are definitely going to talk about the Gabby goal. It was just frightening. But what I'll do before we do that is I'll bring in there's loads and loads of people on. So I'm just going to say a shout out to everyone on the channel. Pardo Oak says, hope Rodri is okay. Dupe says, great win. Lewis Yates says, good performance and good to see Gomez at Royal play. Jack Lee says, getting blues, 1 game from Wembley. Sorry, I'm going to miss it. No, you have to go to bed because you've got schoolwork tomorrow, mate. So you crack on and go to bed. Adam Quinn says, hi, guys, up the Blues. Charlie Everett's on. A great game from a very in-control City. The games keep coming on to Spurs on Saturday, absolutely. Rocco Phillips is on. Hi, how are you, Rocco? Hi, also Kamal Dwyer. How are you, buddy? Scotty Moll says, Sean Fogarty, no school in the morning, mate. It's just winding him up there. Sorry, there was a huge jump. So many people on. Noah Pearson, evening. Leonard says, evening, everyone. Charlie Everett in control from start to finish. Leonard says, Everton versus Spurs 3-3. What a game. Is that Is that nearly finished now? So I haven't been seeing. Been having dinner. Is it 6:33?
Yeah, it's about halfway through the second half.
Oh, so still a long way to go. Maybe that by the end of it, we'll know what that is. Noah says, do you know how farmers know which sheep is theirs? Their barcodes. Oh, Noah just brings he just brings it home with those jokes every night. Good joke, that, mate. Have you seen Aguero's new haircut? He's gone to the OG black hair now. Remember Sterling when he changed haircuts? I haven't seen it, mate. Even Andy, hope you're well. Shedders one, hope you're well as well. SOS says hi, Blues. Shedder says hi, Kurt. Aidan says hi, Kurt. Evening, Mr. Baker says Shedders. Happy birthday, says Charlie Everett to Yannick. Chris is back. Jack Lee says happy birthday, Jan. Chris says happy birthday. Hi, Chris. Chris likes. Sorry, Charlie loves Chris. City do have fans. Kelsa praise. Yes, absolutely. Scotty Mole. Hi, all. Don't look a day over 29, Yannicka. There you go. She's looking good for 30. Who would ever think you'd see Mendy as a striker? Shedders one says happy birthday. Peter Curry says hope it isn't too bad. Fernandinho has a problem with his quad as well. I'm going to give you a bit of news on Ruben Diaz as well. Happy birthday and welcome to the City family, says Leonard London. She's already part of the City family, if I'm being honest. My birthday is next week on Wednesday. We play Everton that night. Jack Lee, make sure you remind us and we'll give you a big shout out. Please have more birthdays, especially when we play.
We actually beat Man United on my birthday once. It was that, you know, when Barney scored at Old Trafford in that 2-1. That was my birthday.
She's a lucky omen. We'll have to remember this. 10th of February 2022 is when City beat Liverpool and knocked them out of another Premier League title. But happy birthday, says Adam Quinn. Happy birthday, says Yannicka, says SOS. Played 22, 119, drawn 3, lost 0, scored 52, conceded 6. That's good stats as well. Hi, Chris. Hope you're well, mate. Charlie says, looking good to see Spurs here, conceding a lot of goals. Can't wait till we play our bogey team. Dupe says, hey, Jan, and holy crap, you're good. Andy, Kurt, and Chris. I like the way you put that in brackets, don't you? Hey? But no, she does. She does look good. Garcia did a couple of mistakes, but did a block shot. Scotty Mel says Swansea nearly top of the league, so expect a little more from them. We'll talk about that. Dupe says, wow. I think that's about Yannicka. I think he's got the hot speed there. Kyle Dean says the title race ain't over. Come on, United. Oh, come on, Kyle, mate. In the chat, Tim Smith is one of our regulars. He's a Leeds fan. He's a good lad. 4-3 Everton. Oh my lord! Really? Wow. My birthday is 23rd of October. We stuffed the rest. Birthday. Anyone else on? Tim Smith says, "Smash the like button, please." There you go. Thank you very much, Tim Smith. Anyway, on to Noah Pearson says, "Wash your mouth out." Kyle Dean, good lad, Noah. Everyone's giving us their birthdays now. Like, you know, we can remember these. Send us an email with your birthday and we'll give you a shout out. There you go. Addy's on. How you doing, Addy? Hi, boys and ladies. And it's Yannicka's 30th birthday today. Addy, sure you give her a shout out, and he's come back with and Yannicka, of course. So give her a shout out. But anyway, on to, I know you've only got probably about 15, 20 minutes, Jan. So
yeah, it's all right.
On to tonight's lineup. Very quickly go through what was the lineup for tonight, and it was a few changes, but I was very surprised that it was such a strong squad. Get my words out. And that was tonight. We had Stefan in net, Walker, Garcia, Laporte, Mendy, Bernardo Silva, Rodri Gundogan, Sterling, Gabby Jesus, and Ferran Torres. So were you surprised, very quickly, Kurt, before we move on to the goals, were you surprised about the lineup being so strong? Because on social media and on the comments in the community chat, a number of people were not happy that we didn't play more players like Tommy Doyle from the start.
Well, I think that just goes to the credit of Swansea as a team. they're a good side, and with having a wholesale backline change of the goalie and all 4 of the defenders, I think having some stability in the midfield was a smart decision to make, because we'd rather a game where we have it wrapped off and can take off our key players at 60-65 rather than a game where it's 0-0 at 60-65 and we've got to bring on our better players, you know. So I prefer it that way. I wasn't too unhappy with the lineup. Obviously, Fernandinho with his knock or whatever, I think it's quad, I'm not too sure, wasn't able to think. I think he would have gone in for Rodri normally, but no, I wasn't too unhappy with the lineup. I thought it was fine. I was surprised that Raheem Sterling started. I thought Morris would have started for me, but other than that, I thought it was all good. I wasn't unhappy.
Chris?
Yeah, good strong lineup. Happy with it. Nice to see some, like your Mendy's and your Walkers getting back on the pitch as well. And Laporte, I know there's a lot of people who don't like Garcia because he wants to leave, but I thought he had a decent game. So yeah, I was happy with the lineup. Strong midfield, and 3 up front, very strong. Great game from Gabby tonight as well. Thought he played brilliant.
Yeah, it was. Yannicka, surprised that no more kids started tonight?
Not really, because I think that Cheltenham game, obviously he tried to go a bit young and it kind of went a bit wrong. So we had to bring on the players. So like Kurt says, it's better to be taking players off when it's wrapped up than having to bring people on. So obviously it's unfortunate that Rodri got injured. But apart from that, he was, we had it wrapped up and then we could bring off Gundogan and everyone else to kind of rest them. But I thought Doyle played really well when he came on. He looked really good. He put quite a few good crosses in and stuff. So it's a shame he didn't score, really. But yeah, he looked good.
It was. Well, like I said, that's another record broken by Manchester City. I mean, we just seem to be over the last 3-4 years breaking literally every possible record, domestic record going, which is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, considering we were, 12th not so long ago. Suddenly, we're top of the league, and we are breaking more records again and again and again. That just shows the genius of Pep Guardiola and this Man City squad. But the first goal, Kyle Walker, who came in. Go on then. I'm going to go to Yannicka. I'm going to give you the first shout out on the Kyle Walker goal. I think I saw something from him that it was a bit of tongue in cheek, and I'm just going to bring up what he said here. And he said, "I've seen the far post and thought I'd put it in the back of the net. No, it was a cross, but we deserved a bit of luck the way we've been playing, and I'm lucky to get on the score sheet. We've made a few changes from last season, tactically pressing, how we move the ball around. Since I've joined, we've kept the same philosophy. The gaffer knows what he wants. He's proved it in many clubs, and he's brought that to City." There you go. See you, Chris, there. Over the last 4 seasons, we've been very good. Last season, we got beat by a very good Liverpool team. Swansea are good. The coach has been with England. You set up. They've got a good philosophy. They're going well in the Championship. We knew it'd be tough. The FA Cup, you can always get surprises, and we didn't want a surprise today. It was a professional win, and we move on to a big game at the weekend. Everyone who comes into the team does well. It's a headache for the manager to pick a starting 11 every game. All I can do is make sure I do the right things on the pitch when I'm on, I think he said, I'm on my, and put pressure, I think he means when I'm on, and the pressure on the people in my position. That's where we want to be every season. We've always been fighting for trophies since I've joined the club. That's why I moved here, to win trophies. So what are your thoughts on the first goal, Yannicka? Kyle Walker, clearly, he was joking there. It was a cross ball. What a ball.
Yeah, I actually thought it had come off Torres, I think, in the beginning. When I saw it, I thought, it's come off him. But yeah, it was a great cross that ended up in a goal. But yeah, I think he's right. We do deserve a bit of luck. I know we've obviously come into some form now, but at the start of the season, we didn't look like we could score. So, it's great now. And yeah, it was a great pass. It was a great cross. And, because I saw, when I first saw it, I was confused because people were like hugging Walker. I thought maybe it's for the cross. And then when you saw the replay, didn't touch anyone. So yeah, it's a great goal from him.
What were your thoughts on Walker tonight? Because there's obviously, you've not been on for a few weeks, and there's been over the last few weeks, we've done lots of vlogs, and there's been quite a lot of debate about the Cancelo Walker thing. What are your honest opinions about the Cancelo Walker thing?
Do you know what I think it is? It's just because Cancelo has been so good, he's undroppable. So it's not really fair to bring Walker in and then push him out on the left when his position is a right back. So I think Pep's kind of thinking, should I drop him? No. And then obviously then Kyle can't get in the squad. But I think if he could play both positions like Joe, then it'd be all right because he could play on the left and Cancelo could play on the right. But obviously he can't play on the left. So it's a little bit unfortunate for him that he can't play both because I think he would be in the squad. But obviously Zinchenko is the better option on the left. So we kind of have to go with that. But I don't know. I don't really agree with taking Cancelo out of his position when he's playing so well. So I kind of understand why he hasn't started every week. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen going forward because I think Walker won't be very happy if he doesn't play consistently. But yeah, just the form at the moment that Cancelo's in, he's undroppable. You can't drop him. So yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to come to Kurt and Chris. Sorry, my dog's just wandered in. You know where he's going, that back door. Of all the bloody times, tried to get him out early, but he's fast asleep. So I'm just going to mute myself. Kurt, Chris, Kyle Walker, what are your thoughts on Kyle Walker tonight? Obviously got a goal. It was a cross. We know that. But obviously the debate surrounding the horses for courses and Kyle Walker, Cancelo thing. So I'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you want to start. I'll go for a start. Well, I've been saying it for a long time, guys. I think you can have Walker and Cancelo playing. You can have them both in positions that you can. For example, we can play Laporte as a left-sided centre back with Diaz and Walker and Cancelo as a back four. We can play with Zinchenko, Diaz, Stones, and Cancelo. We have so many. The reality is we have so many options of how we want to build up, whether we want to attack from the left or whether we want to attack from the right. Depends how we set up for our fullbacks. That's just the way I see it with the fullbacks. I don't think it's a Walker or Cancelo. It's about making the right decisions for the right games, because some games Cancelo hasn't been particularly productive in, and we'd be better off putting Zinni on the left and having Kyle as a cover on the right. And then in other games, we're far better off having Bernardo, Cancelo and Kevin De Bruyne all attacking down that right side and having Raheem on the left cutting in. So it really just depends on what game's coming up, what team we're playing, and what the availability is and the fitness levels of the players at the time. I don't think it's either or scenario at all, personally.
Yeah, I think I'm somewhere in between there, because I think Yannick is right. I think it's hard to drop Cancelo at the minute because he's had a really, really good run of form. But I think Walker will get plenty of game time and may even become the number one right back again. You know, he had a great start to the season, had COVID, and during that time, Cancelo stepped up. And what Cancelo does provide to the team is a little bit different to what Walker does. But, you know, we haven't seen a thunderbolt like that from Cancelo just yet.
I think on the cross itself, I thought that we all I don't know about every City fan, but I think for the most of City fans, we do get frustrated with Kyle Walker's crossing at times when he's decision making with the type of cross he wants to play. That felt almost more like a through ball than a cross for me personally. Obviously it was a cross, but it was more that diagonal slid into sort of, if Torres would have got there, he would have got a tap across, and then it would have been a hit at the back post by Jesus. So I think he's been getting a little bit better in recent games about his decisions with the ball, because when he tries to lift it above the grass, we all know it doesn't go particularly well. So keeping it on the ground when he puts the ball through is far more productive. And I love Walker. I think he's great. Loves being here. You can clearly tell he enjoys being here, and he appreciates the position he's in. So it's just a great position to be in. Most of the time we were scrambling to get a back four, and now we're like, who do we leave out? And it's just wonderful, isn't it? I don't know about anybody else.
Well, that's true. We were very lucky to have two really good right backs, haven't we? Very lucky indeed. And like the ball he put in tonight, I think that's what put the keeper off it. You know, because he thought Torres was going to nip in and then it would go to the near post.
Yeah.
He missed it. Yeah, so he was already moving that way. You know, and like you say, Gabby was almost on the end of it. It was just a perfect ball into the box, really, and unfortunate for the keeper. There you go.
Well, I thought I had a decent game. I thought he made some really decent saves, and maybe not really decent, but consistent saves in the first half. Not putting him into danger area, always getting it over the bar if he could, or out wide if he could. I thought it was a decent. I know he's quite a young keeper. I know they said on commentary he's like 23, so I thought he played really well, all things considered.
Okay, sorry about that. That was a quick one. My dog just likes to do this time of night. I do apologise. Jamie Short says, imagine if Cancelo and Walker had a kid. Adam Quinn says 15. And then win. Tate Dylan says, Cancelo is different gravy. I'm not sure about that. I think it's different positions. I didn't hear what you would say. Let's just see who else is in. Charlie Everett says, couldn't we play Walker centre-back if Diaz is not ready for Spurs and Cancelo at right-back? Interesting point. Something I will actually bring up now. And that is, there was some talk today. Let's see which one I brought. Which one is it? Is it that one? Yes. Simon Bajowski in the Manchester Evening News tonight said Guardiola on injuries. Ruben had a fever and still has a problem with his stomach. That's why he was not able to train. And today we travelled. Bernardinho had some niggles in the quad and he was not able to play either. So you can clearly see there that there's a bit of an issue with Ruben Diaz. So maybe, Charlie, maybe something like that might happen at the weekend. But hopefully it's nothing for Ruben Diaz, because we do want him back, because it's a big game and we still want to continue the way that we're going. But on to Raheem Sterling's goal. Yannicka, the haters out there say that Raheem Sterling can't finish. He was one-on-one with the keeper and he slotted it past him. Very nice. After another brilliant performance against Liverpool. What were your thoughts on Raz and his goal?
Yeah, I thought he played really well against Liverpool. And then he played well again tonight. I think he has been criticised for his one-on-ones because sometimes he does make the wrong decision. But tonight it was perfect, to be honest. I thought his goal was really good. I just think with Sterling, like, his stats are amazing. You know, he probably should score more than he does, but he still scores a hell of a lot of goals. And, you know, he's not that old. He's still quite young. So, you know, I think he'll just get better and better. And obviously under Pep, everyone seems to just get better and better. So, yeah, I think I'm happy for him that he's getting goals, because he kind of was struggling at the start of the season. I know everyone was, but he in particular was struggling. But yeah, it's nice. Like, I don't know, is he our top scorer now, or is it still?
I think he probably. Foden scored tonight. What's that, Kurt?
I said I believe Sterling is in all comps, and I think he is in the league.
Yeah, right, Premier League, it's Gundogan. I think all competitions now, that'll be Sterling top of our. So, you know, I mean, some of the stuff you read on social media, Twitter in particular, and you just think, my Lord. I mean, we're talking about our top goal scorer, and people are still slagging him off and still having a go at him. And you just think, well, 31 goals last season, whatever it was, 15 assists, and yes, he's not been prolific in front of goal with the chances he's had. But Kurt, what are your thoughts on Sterling?
Well, just before we get to Sterling,
the goal. Obviously,
I just want to say it was an absolutely fantastic ball from Rodri. A lot of people talk about how Rodri doesn't have the progressive passes, and I used to be one of those people that had that opinion until you revealed to me about the stats when you did the analysis before the game and talked about the progressive passes he was doing at Atletico Madrid, because Spain isn't a league that I watch regularly, so I wouldn't have known that. And tonight you could really see that. I think Rodri's been absolutely fantastic of late, and it was really a shame for his injury. But Sterling makes a great run, as he always does. This is one of his absolute best strengths, his timing his run and making the right run and getting there. Cool head, puts it away 1-on-1. Can't ask for much more than that. You know me, I always have a bit of a go at Sterling. It's not anything bad. It's just because when you know how good someone can be, you get frustrated when it's not always there, and that is the thing. And he's getting way back to that form that we know he's got in him, and I'm really happy for the lad. That Liverpool performance is going to do him the absolute world of confidence, and he's going to be flying for the rest of the season.
When I said Sterling haters, I definitely wasn't talking about you, Kurt.
No, of course not.
You're pretty objective with everything that you say about players and things like that. Chris, Raz got on the score sheet tonight. A brilliant performance against Liverpool. I know people will say it's against Swansea, but that could have been against anybody. That ball through from Rodri, one-on-one with the keeper, puts it away. Really nice. Yes, we'd like to see more of those one-on-ones, but Raz's goal?
Yeah, I think he'd like to play against a right back like every game.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what he was doing. He just ran up the field and left him all by himself. So he got into a lovely sort of position where it was a more of an easier one-on-one than some of the ones that he has missed. But yeah, I thought he played well again all game. Thought he was dangerous. He was busy. I think, the captain's armband seems to have done him a little bit of good. He seems to have taken on that little bit more responsibility maybe. But I thought he had another good game. And fair play to him as well, because he does take a lot of stick and, most of it's unwarranted. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And the one thing I've always said about Sterling, that's why I've been really in his corner when, others have said, oh, maybe it's time. Kurt said on a number of occasions, haven't you? I think maybe it's time to drop him. And if he was dropped, I would have probably gone, yeah. You cannot sort of say he's been brilliant and doesn't warrant being dropped or rested or whatever. But I've just thought he's one of those players that we have that nobody else brings to the team at that moment, is that driving into the box and that pace. And it does tend to time his runs really, really well. And that pace gets him, 5 yards ahead of where anybody else in this team will get him. And that's why, as long as he keeps driving into the box, I'm happy. It's when he doesn't drive into the box that upsets me. And I'm thinking, apart from that, he's not great at crossing, and there's other elements of a game that he's not great at, but when he drives in the box, there's nobody better because he terrifies people, absolutely terrifies them. So I'd have him in my team every day of the week. But I'm going to come to you, Yannicka.
Yeah.
Talk me through what I said on social media, and I said to Chris as well. If that was Messi, everyone would be absolutely raving about that goal by Gabriel Jesus. What were your thoughts on Gabby?
I thought it was really good tonight. That goal was just unreal, the way he turns and just the way he puts it in as well. It's just a great goal. I was quite surprised. A lot of people are quite critical. I like him. I think that he doesn't just offer goals. He offers a lot more. He's one of the best players we've got at holding the ball up. And, he does so much off the ball. And I think opposition fans, because I do a lot of streams with Man United fans, and they're like, oh, he's rubbish. And it's just him being in the squad does improve the way City play. And I think in that Liverpool game, he comes on and he puts pressure on Alisson. And the next minute, Alisson gives the ball away 3 times. And I think he is the reason for that. So things like that, even though he wasn't the one that scored the goal in that game, he's the one that puts the pressure on, which causes Alisson to panic. So I'm glad that he got his goal. And I just think he needs goals for confidence, because I think a lot of people do put him down because his numbers aren't as high as Aguero's would be. But yeah, he's a great player. And I think he had a fantastic game tonight. And that goal was just perfect. So, yeah.
Good, happy birthday goal for you. Kurt, what were your thoughts on Gabby's goal tonight?
The goal itself was just pure quality. I love the work rate from Bernardo on the right side to keep at it, win the header to get it across to him. The first touch is just out of this world. And then we all know swiveling, and when you're turning and shooting the ball, it's a different kettle of fish and can easily be mishit and swiped at, and it was great. As Yannick has said, let's not forget last year in the Champions League against Real Madrid, it was his pressing that caused us to win that game, in my opinion. The same thing, like she said, when he came on in Liverpool, he just sets the tone up at the top. And with his ability to play wide, he allows Sterling to occupy central positions if he wants to when he's playing off the left, allows Torres to go inside, and then Sterling's all of a sudden on the right and Gabby's on the left. Pulls players out. The goal itself was just great. I think it's 3-3 for him right now, right? 3 goals in 3 games in his last 3. Yeah. Coming back into form. It's like every player this season. Everyone's hitting form right when we need them. So, yeah, for me, him and Rodri were my 2 best players on the pitch tonight. I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I said it a couple of months ago on the Friday Night Social. I said, you wait till February and let's hope if people start coming into form. And this is the time. We're not hitting the big games in February. We've got Spurs coming up. Swansea is one thing, but Liverpool is one out of the way. But we've got Spurs coming up at the weekend, which, don't forget, we will be on the Friday Night Social talking about preview the Spurs game, amongst other things. Got some really, really, really interesting discussion points on Friday night. Ross and Alan are going to be on, I believe. Is that right, Chris? Yeah.
It's the deadly duo.
The deadly duo on a Friday night. So, yeah, absolutely. Get your tinfoil hats on. I'm sure they've got lots and lots of points they want to make. But it'll be interesting because they've sent through some really interesting points that they want to discuss on the Friday Night Social. And they are very good questions. So come and join us on 9:30 on Friday night for the Friday Night Social. It should be interesting. But Chris, what are your thoughts on Gabby?
Well, I thought it was a brilliant goal. I thought Gundogan's ball over to Bernardo was peach. A great header back by Bernardo. And what Gabby did was just class. Absolute class. And, Gabby 1 goal, as he's become known on the channel as, rather than he gets his goal in braces, Again, I thought he had like Kurt said, he just pulls players all over the pitch and he allows other players to occupy, the centre forward position. I think I've got a real soft spot for Gabby. I know he's no Aguero. I accept that he's no Aguero, but he brings so much to the team.
If Gabby, it's a prime example. I'm going to bring Stephen Dempster up. He's one of our usual contributors on the channel. Jesus is not sent forward. He's better on the wing. I prefer Torres as a number 9. Right. But, I mean, first thing with that, Stephen, is you only have to look at Torres's goal to game ratio, compare that to Gabby. And I know he's only played a few games, Torres, and he does look exciting. He's only young, but I mean, let's face it. Gabby's goal to game ratio is pretty phenomenal. It really is, regardless of what we think about it. And that's fine. Everyone has an opinion on centre forward, left wing, whatever. But if it was on the left wing, and you look at his goal to game ratio, it's still phenomenal. It is still absolutely brilliant. And I think we have to just take in isolation the fact of maybe he's not a natural striker. And in a team where we've got Sergio Aguero, it's always going to get comparisons to Sergio Aguero. And until Sergio leaves and that phase of his career and Sergio's gone, he'll always be compared to Sergio Aguero, and he should be on the left because, whatever. And I think it's sometimes a little unfair. I think it's a little unfair to compare him to Sergio. But it was a brilliant, brilliant goal. Absolutely brilliant goal. So I'm going to bring up a few comments and then we'll look at some of the other players for tonight. So Upe thinks Friday Night Socials, there's going to be a lot of agenda. No, there won't be, mate. I will definitely control the agenda debates. Don't you worry about that. C_E1, Andy and Chris have cute beards. Look really soft and sensitive to tickling.
Sensitive. I don't know if sensitive is the right word. Do you?
I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm always open to a bit of sensitivity. If somebody wants to stroke my beard, I'm all for that. Yeah, no problem with that one. Chris, where's your soft spot for Mahrez? Oh. I'll leave that with you. He's going quiet on that one, Dupes. Dupes is not happy about that one. Would you? Yeah, there is a question for you. Just a yes or a no. Go around the room. Would you play Jesus versus Spurs, Yannicka?
Yeah, I think he will, unless he tries that false 9 thing. But I don't know. With Pep, you never know.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Isn't Gabby a left winger and actually is all along been playing a false nine?
Do you know what? It's interesting because when he played for Palmeiras, he did play out of the wing. Like when I saw sort of highlights, he was on the wing, and I think he does for Brazil. Yeah. So I think it's only a City where he actually plays as a striker. So
well, no. Let's change it around, and I hope one day, and if Pep Guardiola, you are watching Man City Fan TV, just say to all these people who are saying about him, he's not really a striker. Just say, well, no, he isn't. He's a left winger, and he's playing in a false nine role. So there you go. That would negate all the arguments about the striker role. He's a left winger for Brazil. He was at Palmeiras. And he is for City, but we're actually playing Gabby in a false nine role. So there you go. So that gets rid of all that nonsense where people go, oh, he's not a striker, he's not this, he's not the other. CEO once said Gabby's a baller. I mean, look at his cheekbones. I think CE won me. He loves all the guys at Man City, doesn't he? And Man City fans by all accounts. Gabby is a winger for me. I think Gabby's a false nine. I'm going to call Gabby a false nine from now on. I want Jesus more on the wings. Noah Pearson says goatees are a cracking type of beard. Goatees are a cracking. A goatee's a beard. Don't know.
I don't know if he was going for a joke and he just missed the mark.
Maybe the goatees are a beard. I don't know.
We all have duds once in a while, Noah.
I don't know. Let's ask the female amongst us. Are goatees classed as a beard, Yannicka? I don't know. Are they?
I don't know.
Somebody got a beard, I would say.
Probably not a full beard, though, is it? So.
Yeah, well, we've gone into sort of male hygiene now on Man TV. We normally do that on the Friday night social, but not tonight. Anyway, Adley says he's not Aguero, never will be, but like with Foden, Pep is moulding into a very specific kind of player. I agree with that. Gone to extra time. That's good news for City. Oh, was it? So it must have been 4-4. You can't argue with Gabby's goals to assist ratio. SOS, you're spot on. You can't. What are your guys' thoughts on Tommy Doyle? We'll talk about certain players who came on. Gabby goal, yeah. We'll talk about that on Friday Night Social. I'm sure Ross will be very happy, very, very happy with Gabby's performances so far. He's a big fan of Gabby. T1 said, they are nice guys. We have some handsome individuals in the squads. Joe Costello has the most beautiful eyes in the league. Discuss. Also, Ruben Dowse is the best defender in the league this season.
I am uncomfortable now. I am feeling uncomfortable.
Well, yeah. We'll leave it. Maybe Yannicka can come on and just do a total show only on her own for Man City Fan TV. Or Yannicka, just give a shout out in case you have to go. You've got a new channel. Before we move on to some of the other players, I want to you've got a new YouTube channel, haven't you? Which is really good. So give yourself a shout out so people can follow you on and your new YouTube channel.
Yeah, my YouTube is called Yan City ENT, but I'm always on Sarcasm City TV. So yeah, follow both of them and you'll see me. Because I'm on Sarcasm City. Me and another girl called Rose, she's a City fan. We do a Man City show on a Saturday morning. So that's on Sarcasm City TV. So yeah, subscribe to there, you'll see me.
There you go. So don't forget, go over whatever you do. Go and follow those ladies on there. I've watched a few. They're very good. Yeah, we'll always invite Jan on this channel because she does a great job. And yes, lots of people like Yannicka. You can only see the comments that I'm putting here. But whatever you do, go over. And what I'll do is in the description below, I will put some links for that channel. So go over. We like to promote other City fan channels on here. Well, not all of them, but only the ones we like in particular. But anyway, Dupe says Rodri is the most good-looking at City or the. Oh my God! See what I mean? There you go, Yannicka. There's one for Saturday morning for you. You and your friend do a who's the best-looking thing, and you'll get a million views by all accounts looking at this. Yes, let's go, Yannicka. A good City fan with good football. There you go. Iota Fierce. Oh, super sticker. Thank you very much, Iota Fierce Thompson. Thank you. Really do appreciate that. Noah says, I can't judge it in that way. That's not the way I butter my toast. But anyway, on to, we've looked at the goals. Obviously, Whittaker scored. What were your thoughts on their goal, Kurt?
I thought Stefan should really be doing better from there, if I'm being honest.
That's what I thought, but my lads were like, go.
The ball.
Yeah.
I watched it 3 or 4 times. I really think the goalie should be saving those every day of the week. It's a good strike from the lad, but I think the goalie should have hands on that.
What were your thoughts on Gomez? Oh, yeah, like I said, he still looks like a little boy.
He's got that sort of Kante build, hasn't he? Where he's low center of gravity for a DM, sort of like choppy with it, if that makes sense. I felt sorry for him because it's never nice when you come on, and especially as it's not like Doyle where he's been with the first team for a very long time. He comes in and out of the first team when he's not regularly training with them every week. So I feel for the lad a little bit, but I didn't think he did too badly. It's one of those. The game was already wrapped up. It is what it is. But like I said, I think it was more Stefan. I think he should be saving those personally.
There you go, Yannicka. Definitely. Well, straight after watching this, Yannicka, there you go. So they're going to come over and follow you there. A couple of comments on here about Eric Garcia's fault, and Garcia should do better, and Garcia should have been a bit quicker to Whittaker, and this type of thing. I know, Chris, we talked about it, didn't we, about half time, and said that Garcia's getting a right load of grief on Twitter. I think that's unfair. Is it a confirmation bias thing because he's already moving to Barcelona and things like that, so people are pissed off with the fact that we're not going to get any money, and the fact that he's this, that, and the other, and are they being really objective? And what were your thoughts on Garcia's performance tonight?
I thought he was a little bit at fault for the goal, if I'm honest. He didn't get tight enough to Whittaker. I don't blame Stefan at all, if I'm honest with you, because where the ball went, I don't think he could. I'm not sure if it went through his legs or he was certainly inside. And Gomez lost the ball in midfield, but he'd only just come onto the pitch. So it was one of those, there's 3 sort of small mistakes maybe, and it led to a goal. And fair play to Swansea for not giving up and doing it. I thought Garcia had a decent match, to be honest with you, and I think I think Pep obviously likes him. He's been able to give John Stones and Ruben Diaz a night off, which is majorly important. And he did well. He made a couple of good interceptions, reads the game really well. The only problem for me with him is he lacks a little bit of pace and isn't great in the air. But yeah, I've got no qualms with Garcia's performance tonight. It wasn't a bad performance, and it wasn't a great performance. You know, it was fine. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of it, and remember, he's coming into a team that have just had the likes of Stones and Diaz playing literally every single game, and we always say, oh, well, you know, when Laporte's coming in for the odd game, wasn't so great, and that's Laporte. Laporte standards come straight into the game, and we say he's been all right, he was okay, but a couple of people who sort of disagree with some of the other comments. Pardo says he did really well, and Stephen Dempster says Garcia had a good game, he did nothing wrong. So it just goes to show you. Dupe says, I don't have any bias towards Garcia, it's his decision for his career, but he should have done better, and Stefan should have saved it. So there you go, that's their comments. MCFC, I'm assuming Illnil, is that whatever? Is that Illinois? Maybe it's Illinois, I don't know. We know Garcia's rusty. But is not a great defender, not physical enough, says SOS. To me, Garcia doesn't look like he has the strength to deal with strikers and pass them off the ball. Garcia is as good as Stones. Both haven't got pace. I think Stones is a little bit better than Garcia. What a save from the Everton keeper. Oh, is it? There you go. We've got up-to-dates from Dupes there on the Everton Spurs game. But anybody else stand out for you, Yannicka, tonight? Obviously, Laporte came in. And also we have Benjamin Mendy. So
yeah, I think Mendy, I like Mendy. Unfortunately for him, he's I think he was all right when he first came, and then he got that injury, and it's just he's not been the same since. He has a good performance here and there, but I think because he doesn't get a run of games, he never has, that sort of good performance week in, week out, because he's kind of getting thrown out one week and then he doesn't play for 2 weeks and then he gets thrown back in. I think we saw the same with Bernardo Silva when he was kind of on the bench a lot. His performances weren't as good as they are now where he's playing consistently. So, yeah, I do feel a little bit sorry for Mendy. I thought he was good tonight from what I saw. Obviously, he was trying to attack as well. Yeah. So, yeah, I thought he obviously wanted a goal. And I thought, yeah, he had a good performance. I'd say Doyle, like I said earlier, I thought he looked really good. I think, yeah, I'd say Doyle. Gomez looked okay when he came on. Obviously, he did make the mistake. But he just looked really small. So I think he'll just get better. I think Laporte was good. Yeah, there was I don't think people really made too many mistakes. Obviously, the goal aside, but we were quite solid. So
yeah. And that is the second string. We're not talking about individual players playing with individual players. We're talking about a load of players playing in a brand new system in a new team with a load of other new players. And I know there was the Gundogan and Rodgers and things, but when you look at Walker's coming back in the team, and then he's playing with Laporte and Garcia, and then you got Mendy who's not played for ages. That's a whole new back line, back four with a few days sort of. Or a day, maybe 24 hours to prepare for this particular game after the Liverpool game. So, we won 3-1 at the end of the day. Kurt, anybody else? I mean, Yannick has just mentioned about somebody just said 5-4. Then is it?
It's 5-4.
Is it? Oh my Lord! Is this extra time?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. 5-4. I can see 5-4, 5-4, 5-4. Stephen Dempster says, Andy, if Stones is that good, why did we buy Diaz? Also, Laporte is the one I would like to be Diaz's partner. Would you take Laporte now, Stephen Dempster? And I know that you can be a negative booker on occasions, but also make some very good points. But would you honestly drop John Stones now, Chris? Would you drop John Stones now for Laporte with Diaz?
No, I think John Stones is actually our most informed defender right now. So, if you're looking at dropping John Stones, then, I don't think you've been watching. He's been fantastic form.
Kurt, would you drop John Stones to partner Diaz in the defence right now?
No, just simply because when we got Diaz, I wasn't particularly sure what his preference of his side of the centre backs play on.
There was that. Yeah.
But it seems to me that he's very much as happy on the left as on the right. So and Stones looks like the man for the right-sided centre back. I haven't seen anyone in a City shirt play as well as him in that right side of the centre back all season, in my opinion. So like I said, we spoke about this a month or so ago. I said when Laporte gets his chances, he's got to play well, like he did tonight. He played well, and he's got to keep doing that. He got 40 minutes in the cup, and then he got 90 minutes in that sort of left back, left of a 3 role. So, like I said, like all the players, when you get your shot, like Bernardo, like Cancelo, like Gundogan, like anybody, you get your chance, you got to take it. That's all you can do.
I know. That's not to say. I mean, I love Laporte. I think Laporte's great. Well, but I mean, this is the thing. When people make comments, sometimes you have to realise that we will read, if we think it's a great question, we will read it and give it to the guests and see what they think, and they might agree with you. So, Yannicka, would you drop John Stones right now and play Diaz and Laporte as the main centre-backs?
No, I think you can't. John Stones has been really good. I was actually watching John Stones, on his own, because I know Diaz has come in and just completely strengthened the back four. But I was actually watching him on his own, and he has been unreal himself, Diaz aside. So, yeah, he's undroppable at the moment. I think them two, they don't concede many goals. Stones has actually got a personal goal difference of +1, I think, because he's conceded 2 and scored 3. I think in January or 2021. So, yeah, he's just been on fire. And I think you can't really drop either of them now. I'd say with Laporte, he's not a leader, whereas Diaz is a leader. So you'd always have to play Diaz next to either Stones or Laporte. But I think at the moment is maybe if Stones takes a drop in form, he'll bring Laporte back in. But right now, I don't think you can drop Stones at all. So
I mean, I don't. I mean, it's like I said. We're just throwing it around you guys as the presenters and contributors on here. Because if people make up a comment and they want it read out, and it's a good comment that's worthy of debate, then we'll throw it out here. But personally, John Stones has just got January Player of the Month for Man City. I don't see how you can drop John Stones to bring Laporte in. I really don't. And it certainly wouldn't drop Diaz in there. I just wanted to bring this up here. Simon Bajowski put on here, Man City should not be recording these numbers in a pandemic season, especially without De Bruyne and Aguero, and yet they are. It's frightening, isn't it? It's absolutely frightening, the figures that we're posting at the moment. That's another record broken. And we're nowhere near the end of the season yet. Obviously, we're not going to get the goals and we're not going to get the points like we have done previously. But where does this leave us very quickly before we finish? 2021, Chris. We've been phenomenal. We have been, from where we were, 2021 has been very, very kind to us. And the players have stepped up, and Pep's been an absolute tactical genius, and we've managed to overcome the difficulties with players still out, like Ake, and without Kevin De Bruyne recently, and Sergio Aguero, who's hardly played all season. Where does that lead us to the Spurs game? We're not going to preview the Spurs game because we're going to do that on Friday night, on the Friday Night Social at 9:30 p.m. But where does that lead us now from where we are currently and how this season has progressed so far?
Well, we're in a great position, mate. We really are. We're playing some really good football. And this season, the defence is just phenomenal, which is something we've not really ever been able to say. This is the best defence we've ever seen. So,
do you honestly believe this currently? As a 4, or however you want to call it, do you honestly believe in the present climate, this is possibly the best defensive unit we've seen?
Yeah, I do.
Well, let's say since the Sheikh Mansour takeover.
It's the best I could. I think
it was crap before that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was, but yes, I think it is, because it's not just Diaz and Stones. It's, when Laporte's coming, he's played well. Cancelo's part of that. Walker's part of it. Zinchenko. The odd time Mendy gets a game, doesn't let us down. So whoever comes into the back four plays to a very high standard. And with Edison as well, and Stefan to a lesser degree, give them a lot of credit. And I think that is what is standing us in good stead, because the rest of the team can play with confidence, knowing that the back four is so dependable. So with Kevin coming back and Sergio coming back, we've got to feel confident that we're going to have an exceptional season again under Pep. And Pep's just a genius. He's just a genius. I mean, I feel so blessed that, that he got to manage us for two years. I'd been happy but to have had him as long as we've had him, and I'm going to keep him, it's just incredible, because he's just a serial winner. He just hoovers up trophies, doesn't he? I feel at the minute, every time we go out there, I feel confident, and that hasn't been there for a good 18 months. But with the defence as well, it just makes me feel even more sort of. We'll have a bad game, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
and we're going to lose somewhere along the line. But I think it'll be a one-off rather than we'll go on a bad run, as say like Liverpool have. I think we'll just have a blip. And like the game like with Spurs coming up is a huge game, but they've gone into extra time tonight, so that's a bit more energy zapped out of them. And hopefully, if they lose as well, it'll drop them down again. So yeah, I feel really confident, mate. I am so happy at the minute to be a City fan. It's brilliant.
It is. I mean, Charlie Everett said here, 200 wins as City manager, 78% win rate. I mean, it frightens me when I read, and I know a lot of them are kids behind bloody phones and whatever else in basements and wherever. The usual comments come out about these. But Yannicka, we're in a position now after we've had last season wasn't great per se, but we got a couple of trophies, and the season before and the season before that were record-breaking seasons that nobody has ever seen. And now we're breaking more records, and we're only on the 10th of February. Your birthday, your 30th birthday. Shout out to everyone. And yet we've broken another record for a few months ago where we were 12th. And people going, I'm not sure whether we'll finish top 4. And, this is everything's wrong. And suddenly we are so many points ahead of United and Liverpool and Leicester. And I'm not saying it's over. We've just gone cruise through again in the FA Cup. We're in the final of the League Cup. We're still in the Champions League, albeit in Budapest in February. End of February. Can this guy do any more? Obviously win the Champions League, which I was told on Twitter today. Yeah, you've got to win the Champions League, otherwise it's not a great manager. I had to remind him that he's already won a Champions League. Well, he's won two Champions Leagues. But what are your thoughts on where City are now?
You know what? I think I did say at the start of the season that I thought we would win the league, obviously before we kicked off. And then when we started, we didn't look great. We didn't seem to be able to score defensively. Bit of a mess until we got Diaz. But yeah, I just think City have just been so good. And, I didn't think Man United would win the league. But when they were top, I was thinking, I don't think they'll win it. But yeah, I think they've just got better and better as the season's gone on. And I think it's mainly because Pep was trying to change it a little bit. He's changed the way he plays slightly. So at the start of the season, you could see that he was trying to change it and it just wasn't working. And I think the minute it clicked, I thought the minute it clicked, we'd be fine. And it seems to be the case again. But I think City are just unreal. Like every year, it's different records that we're breaking. And, I just think, I hope that he can go and win the title, obviously, this year. That would be 3 in 4 years, which is unreal in general. And I hope that we win the Champions League. Because as much as, I can wait as a fan, I think it'd be nice for Pep to win it. And I think it'd be really nice for people like Aguero to win it with City. I think he deserves it. So, yeah, it'd be nice to see us win that.
It would just be, it's one of those just to get out all the other. I'm not asked, my feelings. Yeah. Chris says the same thing. I'm not bothered about Champions League. I think it's just a cup. Nowadays, it's just a cup competition and you need a bit of luck. And you only have to look at the fact of, the Liverpool-Spurs final. Neither had won a Premier League in 85 years. And it's like, well, if you can't win your own title in your own country, I mean, what does that say about the competition? Give me the Champions League, and I know that now that they're trying to move it into a new era, and there's loads of things coming out today about the new UEFA competition that some clubs are not happy about, but certainly some will be very happy about. Give me back the old days of the European Cup, where it was the champions of every league, and I'll absolutely buy into it. I will buy into it, and that means if Liverpool win it after winning the Premier League, I will go. Fine. That is the champions versus the champions of every year of the European country. But they're now looking at even more teams coming into this new Super European Cup type of thing. And I just think it's just a cup competition for me. But Kurt, what are your thoughts on where City are at the moment? I will bring up a super chat before you answer, and that's from Sir Alan, who will be on Friday Night Social. Thank you very much for that, buddy. He said, I just can't complain at the moment. Even Rodri has improved and played well. I am happy. There you go. At least he didn't say Plodri. But thank you very much for that super chat, Alan. We will see you on the Friday Night Social on Friday night, 9:30. But see one, just for you, Chris. Chris, you look fantastic for 30. So handsome. I can't believe he thinks you're 30. He's only 27, mate.
28.
I know, 28.
Oh, 28. Sorry, 28. I do apologise. Charlie says, hi, Sir Alan. Glad to have you on the FNS with Ross. There you go. And Chris says, hey up, Mutley. Thank you for the super chat, mate. Oh, bit of banter going on. He said he's only 28. Chris and C says Charlie Everett. What else have we got here before we come to higher or lower? Somebody thinks Kurt is old. What's that? Kurt is older than Chris. Chat, please behave. Yeah, there you go. Right. Kurt, thoughts on the season so far before we wrap up? I do want to say there will be one final question, so have a think about it. And that is about Ferran Torres. I'm going to ask you about Ferran Torres and your thoughts on what will happen with Ferran Torres before the end of the season and where you see him in the future at Man City very quickly. But Kurt, tonight we've won. We're through to the next round. And what are your thoughts so far in the season where City are right now?
Well, I said right at the beginning when I was on here earlier, I told everyone, not worry. Even when we were 12th, I said, you wait until February comes around and we'll see where we really are. And we all know what's happened. So being right's always nice. The one thing I want to say about the records and all that good stuff is records, individual awards, individual adulation is only a consequence. It's not the goal. And that's the thing that Pep instills into this team. Records are a consequence of what we do, not the goal of what we do. Because records don't act. They're not trophies in the cabinet. They're just nice little things to have at the end of the day. And I'm bloody chuffed in all 4 competitions, like we are pretty much every year going into Feb. We're always looking strong every year. Not like these other clubs who play 10-year-olds in the FA Cup 3rd round and disrespect our national competitions year in, year out. You know my opinions and thoughts on what some of the absolute disgrace of some of the managers in this league and how they treat the competitions in this country. But yeah, I'm so happy we've got a manager that loves winning and loves the cup competitions, because if I was a fan of some of these other clubs, I'd be absolutely miserable. But no, I'm, as a City fan, who can be happy? Our defence is the best I've ever seen it. I completely agree with Chris. I think it's better than the Mancini era. We used to play with 2 DMs, and they were 2 DMs. Let's not have it. It was De Jong and Barry sitting in front of Les Scott and company. There's a very big difference between Rodri sitting in front of Diaz and Stones. Let's have it right. So that's my opinion. That's pretty much me. I'm chuffed as anything, mate.
Right, finally. Andy could be KDB's grandson. Deeps, you're my man, Deeps. I love you, buddy. And even Charlie Everett's just coming with the same thing. I could be Aguero's grandson. Yeah. I thought Yannicka was about 22. I must admit, I thought that the first time I saw her on camera. We chatted. I thought, you can't be that old. No way. Not that she's old, but you know. But anyway, sorry to tell you. What's this? Sorry. Oh yeah. Sorry to tell you all, but I'm 28 in April, says Kurt. There you go, Kurt's 28. 28. It's a spring chicken. Anyway, one last shout out for somebody we didn't talk about tonight, which is Ferran Torres. So I'm going to very quickly go around the room and just what are your thoughts on Ferran Torres at City? Young kid, peanuts, cost us absolutely nothing. Has looked very exciting when he first came. Had a bit of a spell where he's not really played a great deal, but got an opportunity tonight. Yannick, what are your thoughts on Ferran Torres going forward for the rest of the season and in the future at Man City? Will he still be here in 2 years' time?
Yeah, I think so. I think what Pep's trying to do, or what City are trying to do, is build a team for the future. That's why you've got people like Diaz that can stay another 10 years. Torres can, these players that are coming through, they're sort of 20 to 25 oldest. And it's good because obviously I think if City do get it right and we get the team flying, we can be like, I don't know, like another Barcelona where they're just unreal for years to come. So I'd like to see that. I think he came in, he hit the ground running. I think he had like 3 goals in the Champions League early on. So yeah, he's great. He was our top scorer at the start of the season when everyone else wasn't really clinical. He was getting goals. And he was looking like our most clinical player. But yeah, he's really good. I think he'll only get better under Pep as well. So be nice to see what he'll be doing in sort of a year or 2 years' time. But yeah, he looks really, really good. I'm happy with him.
He does look. Kamal Dwyer says needs more game time, and Scotty Moll said, "Kurt, did you have a hard paper round?" Kamal Dwyer, Torres looks amazing. Charlie Everett says, this is the most I've laughed in 2021. Being a blast tonight. Thank you very much, Scotty. Sorry, mate. I don't know what he's apologising for. Kurt worked double shifts before and after school. They're just awful, aren't they, mate? Absolutely awful. Mike Bancroft's on. How are you, Mike? Mike, I've not spoke to you for ages. Morning, lads and lasses. Just woke up. Great result. Come on, City. Mike in Perth. I hope you're well, mate. Oh, God, Jesus Christ. What am I saying? I hope you're well for. It's February in Australia, in Perth. It's going to be like 30 odd degrees. It's just like, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So no, sorry, mate. I hope it's snowing here. Kamal, True, Bernardo running down the wing. We're going to Madrid. Vinny Reid says, Ferran is definitely one for our future plans. I agree with you. Dupe says Torres is a gem, and also with the price we got him for. Kurt, Ferran Torres.
Yeah, well, at the start of the season, I remember quite a few people giving him a bit of the stick, and I made the point that how many training sessions has he ever had with Pep? I didn't think he had a single training Pep session at the time. People were having a go at him. He's very young. He's just broken through to the national side this season. He's obviously still learning his role in the squad, and I think what's hampering his development is the fact that we're not getting any. I don't know how many training sessions the City have it, but I can only assume that it's a large amount of reduction compared to what a normal season's training sessions would be like, given the schedule that we have. So that's obviously affecting any players that come in, and it's going to make them need more time to adapt, especially to a system like Pep's. But I think he's done really well. He looks bright. He always looks like he's willing to give it a go, no matter if he's stuck on the left, down the middle, or on the right. Absolute pittance. We stole him. You know, we're absolutely incredible fee. He's going to be one for the future, and I'm really excited. But like a lot of players that come to City, give him a year. We'll see next season. I think we'll see a lot more from Ferran next season than we will from him this season. That's just my personal view.
I agree, Chris.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was okay tonight. I think he lacking a little bit of match sharpness, and that's only to be expected.
Yeah,
I think he'll get more and more game time next season. I think if we can get rid of you know who, I won't mention his name, then I think he's
who's that?
He who should not be named.
You know who.
You know who.
You know who. Oh, you know who you're talking about. I know him as a player. Is he the one that beats himself all the time?
Yeah.
Is it him? Are you afraid now to say his name?
Well, I don't want to bring it.
Is it like Harry Potter?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I just
he who should not be named.
I don't want to give him going over every single stream. So, but I think I think Torres will get plenty of game time next season. I think once he's used to Pep's system, I think he's a great player. I really do.
I do.
He excites me. I just think he lacked a little bit of sharpness tonight. I'm not surprised by that.
I think he's looking very exciting, and not just in a natural striker's role, but that flexibility. It looks like he can play on the right, he can play on the left, he can drop into a 10, he can play, and I like that. It's like a Gabby thing. For me, it's a little bit more. I keep saying to you, Kurt, and everyone, like, gamble, getting that goal and gamble. He looks like one of the players that has got that little bit more. Sergio's got it. That's why he's so brilliant. He's absolutely amazing. He looks like one that can just read danger and get in that box. And I really like that. I really like that about him. He's a young kid. He's a really young kid, and he's got a lot of learning to do under Pep. But if Pep stays for another 2 years and gives him another 2 years of coaching, my problem will be with Torres, what happens in the summer? If the likes of Sterling stays, if the likes of he who shall not be named stays, then where's his opportunities going to come if we were to sign a Haaland? Or God forbid, Messi. Actually, we get Messi in the summer, and more rumours come out today about Messi. That City very quiet over it, but are very confident that he will come in the summer. and he'll put the whole package on the table in March for him, rather than PSG mouthing off about it in public. Where does that lead the likes of a Torres? But I'm sure if the likes of a Haaland and a Messi did come, like a Phil Foden learning off, David Silva, what could he learn from working alongside on the training pitch a Lionel Messi or a Haaland? So I think he's been brilliant. And for 20 million quid, he could be the buy of the next decade, depending on what happens at Man City. But anyway, that brings us to the end of the post-match. Don't forget, we have got loads and loads and loads of stuff that we are going to talk about on the Friday Night Social. Join us at 9:30. Me, Chris, Alan in Melbourne, and Ross is also coming on. And we have got some really interesting questions and debates that we're going to talk about on Friday night. And I'm sure you'll really, really enjoy it. I want to say thank you to everyone who has made so many comments tonight. It's really appreciated. We are going for 17,000 now subscribers. We smashed through the 16K barrier, which was great the other last week. But don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, because we know, I've looked at the analytics, there are so many people who have come on here, and only like 38, 39% of you are actual subscribers. So please click that subscribe button right now. It takes you a second, and hit that bell icon. That way you'll be notified when a new video comes on the channel. And yes, before I go, I want to say a massive thank you to Yannicka. Yannicka, give everyone a shout out again. We'll plug you again because we're not one of those channels that keep it to ourselves. We want more female City fans to be doing their stuff on YouTube. So give everyone a shout out to where your channel is.
Thank you. Yeah, you can find me on Sarcasm City. That's my main channel. It's not actually mine, but I'm always on there. So yeah, subscribe to Sarcasm City. I also have my own Yan City ENT, but there's not too much on there. But yeah, thanks for having me on, by the way.
You're more than welcome, and everybody, a massive happy 30th birthday to you. Thank you so much for giving us your time, Yannicka. I really do appreciate it. Kurt, thanks, mate.
Always a pleasure, mate. Is Tom on tomorrow?
Tom's on tomorrow night. He will be doing his stuff. I don't know. Around about 8 o'clock. I've not spoke to him about what he's doing yet, but he will be back tomorrow for his show at 8 o'clock. Yeah, don't forget, follow the community chat. There will be probably a poll. Actually, what I need to do is I did ask a question tonight on, let me just, for those who were on there before I come to Chris, let me just have a look at the community chat tonight, because I did say, what would the score prediction that was said this morning? What would the score prediction be for tonight? Win by more than 1 goal, 19%. Win by more than 2 goals, 79%. Extra time and pens, 1. Lose, 2%, and lose on pens, 1%. So win by more than 2 goals. Wow, you guys got it absolutely spot on, 79%. Yesterday, I did ask, out of the academy kids, who deserves starting position, and I gave you 5 options: Tommy Doyle, and Bette, Cole Palmer, Claudio Gomez, and James McAtee. Well, 60% of you said Tommy Doyle, so well done for that. You were spot on. 25% said Cole Palmer, and 9% said Claudio Gomez. Well, Claudio Gomez and Tommy Doyle got subs appearance tonight, so well done for getting that right. I will post something tomorrow morning. It'll all be about Tom's vlog after I've spoken to him and what he's going to do it on tomorrow night. Might do a play ratings for tonight, and he might talk about a few other things. But don't forget, join Tom tomorrow. Chris, thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, mate. Another good win. I just wish Yannicka another, again, happy 30th. And, you got an hour and 10 minutes to get proper sorted out, mate.
You've not got work, have you? She's normally working. This lady works about a day, 7 days a week. She's never off. I don't know how she even finds time to do her.
No, after 2 weeks, now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh well. Listen, It's your 30th birthday. You're off for 2 weeks. So whatever you do, make sure you enjoy it, because I know you work really, really hard. And how you find the time to do this stuff as well is absolutely beyond me. But take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. Really, really want to say a massive thank you for coming on, and Kurt and Chris. Don't forget Tom tomorrow night, and then join us 9:30. Tom will be 8 p.m. Join us Friday night for the Friday Night Social at 9:30. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you. Subscribe, hit that bell icon, give it a thumbs up. Even if it's not for us, it's for Yannicka's birthday. And we'll see you soon.